My name is Sonia. This is Sonia with an I. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am going to be bringing you my mid-year freak out cozy edition. When I saw these videos being made, I kind of wanted to do a mid-year summary, but I didn't want to. It's very difficult when you read, like I read primarily cozies, but I read other things too. This year I've read some horror, I've read some romance, I've read some women's fiction, I've read some contemporary fiction. So I do read other things, but I just don't feel like that sometimes it's fair to compare all the other genres or compare the cozies to the other genres because I love cozy so much. So since I'm primarily a cozy reader, I just thought it would be more fun to make this cozy edition. So here we go. Now, I am going to say we have people around us that are still doing fireworks, even though it's several days after in city limit. Anyway, I apologize if there's any noise or whatnot as we do this. So let's talk about some books. I have to put my eyes on, and since it's night, I have my high beams on, so I apologize for the whatever you may see here. So here are the questions. The very first question is the best book you've read so far in 2024. So this would be the best cozy mystery that I've read thus far in 2024. And I would say that my pick for the best that I've read thus far would be, looking at my book list, because I'm doing all this off the cuff. I didn't look at these questions before because I wanted it to be as authentic as possible. So I am going to say that the best cozy mystery that I read thus far would be The Case of the Blues by Karina Moss. This was my favorite in the series, and the whole series has been a 5-star book. I don't know how you get better than 5 stars. I gave this one a million, billion, zillion. So Case of the Blues, Karina Moss, definitely. The next question is best sequel you've read so far in 2024. Well, I'm not sequel, I'm series, because most cozy mysteries are in series. And I'm going to change it to best new series that I've read thus far in 2024, and it would be the one series that I have binged this year in 2024, and that is the Chatty Corgi series by Jennifer Hawkins. The first one was called To Fetch a Felon. I discovered this series. There's only three in the series, but I binged it from beginning to end. I don't think there's another series that I started and finished this year as I'm looking through the books that I've read. So next is a new release that you haven't read yet, but you want to. So this is a new cozy release that I haven't read yet that I want to, and that would be Resort to Murder by Annie McEwen. I have heard so many people rave about this book. My bestie Tiffany is absolutely in love with this book, so I need to read it. It is on my list. I just need to get it, honestly. The next is most anticipated release for the second half of 2024. And that would be the newest in the Cheese Shop Mysteries by Karina Moss, Fondue or Die. I am so looking forward to that book. I don't know how I could love it any more than I love Case of the Blues. Gonna be real honest. Case of the Blues is my favorite child. But we'll see. Karina has a magic wand. I can't wait to see. Biggest disappointment. Oh, I don't like to be negative about books, but I did have a couple of disappointing reads this year, and I will probably say that my biggest disappointment this year was Flat White Fatality by Emmeline Duncan. This is why. I really enjoy the series. I have been reading the series for a bit. I always look forward to when the new one comes. When the new one comes, I always read it, and it fell flat for me, no pun intended. It just did not deliver what I was expecting, what I normally get from the series. They changed location a bit too much for my liking. I just didn't care for it, and I was probably the most disappointed in that one. As I'm looking over the books that I've read, I would say that was it. The biggest surprise, the biggest cozy mystery surprise that would probably be, That's a great question. What was my biggest surprise? I would say my biggest surprise was how much I absolutely fell in love with the Corgi mystery, the Chatty Corgi series. I don't know why that surprised me. I love dogs and I love talking animals, so that's really a hard question. I don't think I honestly don't really think I had a cozy mystery that gave me all that much of a fright or surprise. It's kind of not a great answer, but sorry about that. I don't really have one that did that. My new favorite author, debut or new to you. So my new favorite author, new to me, I'm going to say Callie E. Benjamin, who is V.M. Burns, because Sniffing Out Murder was one of my favorite books, my favorite cozies that I read this year. Absolutely fell in love with it. I love the writing style. I love the characters. It had all of the things, all the tropes I don't like in a cozy in it, and I loved it. It was done well. It was done in a way that I enjoyed it. Instead of it being something it's like, whatever. It had a slight love triangle. It had mean girl trope. It had the things that I don't normally like, but I liked it. So, yes, Callie E. Benjamin, who is V.M. Burns, I would say that would be the new to me author that I really loved. Though I will also say that Jennifer Hawkins was a new to me author this year, and I loved that book. Also, who else was new to me this year, and I absolutely loved her book? There was somebody else. Oh, Rita Lankin, the Gladdy Gold series. Loved that too. It was new to me this year. Absolutely fell in love with the series. Great book. So, if you knew. My newest fictional crush. Let's see, who is my newest fictional crush? I would say that would be, darn it, I was looking for a specific book because there is one, there is one that I really like. My newest fictional crush would be, Bailey the Bloodhound in Sniffing Out Murder. He's just the cutest thing. I just want to take his ears and go. I think bloodhounds are so cute. And that warble the way they bray, darling. I think that's my new biggest fictional crush. Book that made you cry. I don't know if, Buried in a Bog by Sheila Connelly. I loved the book, absolutely love this book, but I teared up a little bit when she was talking about her grandmother and her grandmother's legacy and how she wishes that she could have shared the experience that she's having now with her grandmother who has passed. And a lot of that was sentimentality as well. And book that made you happy. All of them. Book that made me happy. I would say the book that made me laugh out loud the most, and just they always bring me joy. Swamp Spies by Jana DeLeon, part of the Misfortune series. I hee-haw laugh every time I read those books. And oops, I hit the wrong button. Sonia Louise. Most beautiful book you bought or received this year. So I would say, so we're going for the most beautiful cover. I would say Daisies for Innocence by Bailey Cattrall. Baby Cattrall? Yes. Most beautiful cover. Just gorgeous. And I bought that for myself. I absolutely love the cover. It is just darling. But I will say that also Pride and Premeditation by Tisbert Price. That cover is gorgeous too. And favorite book to movie adaptation you've seen so far this year? That doesn't qualify for me for the cozies. I'm going to change that to book that you would like to see in a movie adaptation, and that would probably be the Cottage Tales of Beatrix Potter. And I've been reading that series. I have read up to number 7, and it ends in 8. So I would love to see somebody make The Cottage Tales of Beatrix Potter into a movie. I absolutely love that series. What books do you really need to read by the end of this year? All of them. I would like to, I'll just tell you what series I would like to complete this year. I need to finish up the Miss Fortune series, because there's another book in the series that I have not read yet. I believe that Jen McKinley has a new one coming out this year, and I was caught up, but I'd like to finish that out. I would like to catch up on the County Cork. That's the Buried in a Bog by Sheila Conley. Sheila Conley, sorry. I am all caught up and finished with the Chatty Corgi. Oh, I need to finish the Laura Levine, Jane Austen series. There's a new book out for that, so I'd like to finish off that series. I would like to finish off the Scottish Shire series by Tracy Hall. There's a new one by Jenny Martz, the Take the Honey and Run. I'd like to read that one. I would like to finish up the House Flipper series by Diane Kelly. Cheese Shop Mystery by Karina Moss has a new one coming out this year. I plan to read that. I think Ellery Adams, I'm caught up on the Secret Scone Society. It's one of my favorite series. And, oh, no, I lied. The Jennifer J. Chow, Mimi Lee series, I finished that one too. So I have finished 2 series from start to end this year. And I need to catch up on the Lakeside Library series and the Gladys Gold series, and the Susan Whitting Albert series has one more left. So this year, if I wanted to end out series, that's where I would go. I will definitely, the Cottage Tales I will finish this year, because the last one is in August, like end of summer. So I plan to read that then. Gladys Gold, I probably will get close to finishing this year. The ones that only have one in the series, I will finish those. But I keep finding new series too that I'm really enjoying. So, for me, books are all about just the enjoyment and reading, and not necessarily setting this, oh, I have to finish, or putting all that pressure on you. So, that's it. That's all I have for this cozy edition mid-year. And how are you doing mid-year? I'm pleased with my progress this year. I set a goal. My reading goal for Goodreads is always what age I'm turning that year. And this year I'm turning 50. So I set my books for 50. I wanted to read 50 books this year, and I am at 69 right now. So it's not, if this is mid-year and I've already met that goal plus 20 more, I might even double my goal, which I did last year. And that would be awesome. But if I don't, that's fine too. So I hope that you guys have had a great 2024 reading thus far. Have you read any of the books that I've read? Do you have any goals? Do you read Cozy Mystery series? If you read Cozy Mysteries, what's a favorite that you've read this year? All the questions. Please comment. I love hearing from you all. I've said this before, but it is my favorite part of being a YouTuber, is making the connections with my subscribers and talking and chatting in the comments. I just think that is so fun. So thank you very much. If you would please like and subscribe if you haven't already. To show you're a real one, let's put a book icon of some sort, or a book emoji in the comments if you don't want to say anything. And if you want to say something, let's chat. If you're new here, please subscribe. And if you like the vibe, thank you so much for being here. If no one has told you today that you make the world a better place just by being a part of it, you most certainly do. Until next time, I will talk to you then. Happy reading. Bye.